most accurate forecast from WMBF First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jamie Arnold.
Not a bad look at all here for a Monday afternoon. Blue skies, nice breeze. We've got those temperatures sitting into the low to mid 80s along with low humidity. And we're going to hold on to this pleasant weather, believe it or not, thanks to some very active weather. We've got a pretty impressive area of low pressure spinning here not too far from the outer banks of North Carolina. That's giving our northern neighbors plenty of wind and gusty conditions and rain and downpours, even some beach erosion and some minor flooding going to be taking place up there as we head through about the next 36 hours. For us, though, this area of low pressure is actually going to help to keep our weather really comfortable. We'll show you how things evolve here as we head through the rest of this evening and overnight tonight. It just kind of spins up there. Look at all that active weather there across eastern North Carolina. For us, though, on the backside, we're getting a north wind that's helping to draw in some dry air. What that does for us is give us a mix of sun and clouds. It keeps any rainfall off to our north heading through the day tomorrow. And we'll take that trend right on through Tuesday evening, Tuesday night, and right on into Wednesday. By that point, it's up around the Virginia Tidewater. But notice, we're still looking at that dry air coming in here. Some occasional clouds, but overall, really comfortable weather as we head through these next couple of days, with the muggy meter keeping us really low tomorrow into Wednesday before creeping up a bit, especially as we start to head towards Friday and into the weekend. That gives us a pleasant forecast this week. We'll just call it an even 80 for tomorrow for the coast and inland. And then we'll slowly start warming up a bit. Notice by Friday with a bit more humidity around, it also turns a little bit warmer. 84 at the beaches, 87 inland, and by Friday, we could see an isolated shower chance developing across the Grand Strand. Otherwise, it's pretty quiet around here, but starting to get a little more active out in the tropics here. Your tropical update, still focusing on this area that came off the coast of Africa back on Friday. Notice that development chance is now up to 90%, and while it is increasingly likely this becomes tropical storm and eventually Hurricane Gabrielle, the news out of the forecast models is very optimistic. This is the GFS model a week from now, so next Monday, likely a pretty decent hurricane here across the central Atlantic, but heading north, making that turn out to sea. And while the exact placement is a little bit different, notice the European, again, a little further to the east, but still comfortably away from the east coast, but also making that turn off to the north, perhaps bringing some impacts to Bermuda, but no concerns for us here in the Carolinas. So your first alert Grand Strand 7-day forecast showing that slow warm up as we go from 80 tomorrow, 83 Thursday. We'll be up into the low to maybe even a few mid 80s by the end of the week into the weekend. And we're also going to bring in a little more humidity that could bring in an isolated shower. Otherwise, the 10-day forecast kind of holds us steady into the 80s. And then inland, we'll also watch those temperatures climb, peaking Friday into Saturday into the upper 80s, and maybe a stray shower by the weekend. After that really wet July and August, everybody was complaining that we needed a break. Right. Now we've had a break, and now it's getting too long, and everybody's like, all right, it was nice, but we need a little bit of rain to settle the dust. So again, maybe late this week, a couple showers.
All right, very good. And as we keep an eye on the cooler temperatures Jamie just told you about, make sure you have the WMBF First Alert weather app.